Football, also known as soccer, is the #1 sport in the world, but why not the United States? The answer may come down to its competition. That competition is of course basketball, baseball, and football here in the US. These three sports are most watched in the United States, and another sport to broadcast nationally would take a lot of time and energy to accomplish. Soccer in the United States has been around since the late 1800s and had its first burst of popularity in the 1920s because of an enormous manufacturing boom. Waves of immigrants were arriving from Europe to work in factories, plants, and mills, and they brought soccer with them. The game of soccer got more and more popular across the nation until the late 1900s, when it plateaued. A recent reason why soccer isn't as popular in the United States as it is in other countries is because the men's national team played their arguably easiest game they've ever played against Trinidad and Tobago and lost 2-1. This resulted in the U.S. failing to qualify for the world's biggest sporting event for the first time in 31 years. I'll be talking to Havana Lyman, who has first-hand experience playing both in Europe and the United States.
My name is Havana Lyman. First of all, so in Europe, it's the culture. It's everywhere. England, where I go a lot, it's every single kid from the earliest age you could possibly think of is with a ball. They're touching it. They're out in the streets playing. Kids are playing pickup games in the middle of streets. It's everywhere. In the U.S., a lot of the stuff that's taken over more of is basketball, American football, and baseball. In Europe, they just have mainly soccer. That's the biggest thing they have. So every kid is brought up on that. People in England and Europe watch soccer all day long. It's in the pubs. In the U.S., when you walk into a pub or when you walk into a bar, it's hockey, baseball, American football going on. In England, always soccer. As an early age, kids are brought up watching it because their parents are watching it, and their parents have a favorite team, and it builds a very strong connection to that team, and you feel like you are part of it. You feel like that team. For example, I'm a massive Liverpool fan because that's where my family's from. No matter what, my life is pretty much like handed to Liverpool because that's how much I care about them. The level of play in England and in Europe is out of the league. It's crazy. So, first of all, in the U.S., there's not really stepping stones to get up. It's club and academy, and that's it. You can't jump almost. You have to be absolutely amazing and probably come from a European country. If you're at a club level, you have to be pretty much the Messi to be able to get up to the academy. But in England, there's stepping stones. So you keep on growing and growing and growing, and that atmosphere of playing with players who are your own skill brings you up as well. And also playing with players who are better than you brings you even higher because you're learning from them, and it pushes you to want to win. But the player level in Maine specifically is very, very, very weak. There's no passion to it. Everyone doesn't. I know, like, I have a friend on GPS. He doesn't really care about the sport. He just plays it. Like, he's really, really, really good. He's one of the top players in Maine. He just doesn't really care. And it's about that. It's about people in the U.S. It's not as big. They don't have places to go play. They don't have places to go develop. We're very lucky to have the pitch, for example, because players like me can go out there and any day we want and train. In the U.S., like I said before, there's not really a structure to stepping stones to get up to a higher level. It's more low. You're playing here, and you're playing against kids that are maybe better than you at your level and are absolute trash, who you'll beat 10-0. And then there's teams that you'll get beaten 10-0, and then there's teams that will be a 1-1. And then also, like I said before, in England, everyone wants it. Everyone is trying to become a professional soccer player. And when everyone has that mentality, everyone's trying to bounce off each other. And it's to have a friend, particularly, that wants to become a professional soccer player like you, or anyone around you that wants to become a professional soccer player. You use each other, and you keep on bouncing off and get higher and higher. Yeah, it's the culture. That's pretty much what it is.
I think what we can conclude from this discussion with Havana is soccer in Europe is quite a bit more competitive and a lot more people watch it and follow it than in the United States. After talking with him, I realized how many more people actually play soccer in Europe and have that drive to go play with your friends and passion to watch it like all the time as like a TV show.